We also, I would like to kind of look over to this side of the chart and look at ways in which we have no conflict began on its own. There's always been historical factors that have led up to it. I already mentioned colonialism, but also we have these cycles of grievance, of harm that sometimes are passed down generationally. So when we have populations that have experienced a lot of trauma, we have a sense of justice has been denied, that there's never been any accountability for the violence they've experienced in the past. That is like a tinder keg that is continuing to be present. And then we see, of course, on this top side, we see that each individual country is not on its own, but is part of a broader sub-regional, regional, and global system. So once again, the factors of neocolonialism that were mentioned this morning by Tyson Nichols, and also Dr. Abdullah also had referred to that as a kind of continual thing, and this extraction of value out of the country into foreign places in ways that enable a kind of corruption of the state and the political power systems there. So these factors are all coming in together, and looking in particular at the political economy, the perhaps challenges in the justice system and ability to have accountability, and how that interfaces with the societal narratives and ideologies. So these are kind of three kind of key points that I think we need to look at alongside the systemic exclusion. So just to have one look, because I think that violent extremism is something that is perhaps a newer force that is moving through Africa and seems to be spreading in size and intensity quite worryingly and traumatically. We see research there shows that in many places it's happening as a part of the conflict reoccurrence cycle. So it may be in the same geographic spaces where conflict has happened before, but now it's a new trend of transnational violent extremism, which is mobilizing around ideologies of justice that is denied, as well as religion under threat. And so even though it's in many of these places, and many of those who have a very weak religious education, actually very limited access to religious education, but somehow it's in those two places that we have the ideological motivators. It's usually occurring in peripheral regions of the country, the borderlands and traditionally marginalized places, where in a way the economic growth that may be happening in the urban centers and periphery even more exacerbate people's sense of marginalization. And that sense of multidimensional poverty, little access to jobs and opportunities becomes one of those structural factors that is driving recruitment.